catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Yeah.
Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. After 2 weeks on the road, they're finally ready for the home opener at Arrowhead Stadium. Standing by on the call, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Ravens, led by the leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in 2018. In his second season now, Lamar Jackson. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's got a man. Complete. That's good for 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. A look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 15 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
On second down now. It's Ingram, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. And here now, the Baltimore offense.
And the Baltimore Ravens pride themselves on being physical on offense. One reason why? Perennial Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yanda, who played his first 16-game season since 2015 and 2018. And when he's right, the Baltimore offense rolls.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. It's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Watch twitch. Switch.
On play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. Oh, brings up 3rd and 8. Let's get it.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
48th month. I-7, let's go. Here I come again.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And out of bounds right around the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And now here comes Kansas City. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check it.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
We got this.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down? And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Derek Nottie came into the league with the reputation of being a good run defender, and he's done nothing to dispel that. Nice play there by him, and you know, he's one of those guys, partner, that when you look at him in shorts and he goes through all the drills, he does just fine. But you put football pads on him, and he turns into the terror we just saw in the last play.
16 yards, a first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. That strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down to Boyle here over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Jackson now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end, Boyle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Jackson's pass complete to Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers last week for Shady McCoy. 20 carries, 101 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Tight right. 43. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is caught by Watkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches. The Ravens' 46-yard line.
Hey, Sunday.
Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. Past the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those... types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
After 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Darren Lee there to get him down. Edwards, a man who went undrafted out of Rutgers, signed with the Ravens, and last year as a rookie, very productive. 718 yards in only 11 games played. 300-yard games in the second half of the season. All of them victories, really helping propel the Ravens into the postseason. Also had better than 5 yards per carry. Quite a start for the Staten Island native to his NFL career. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? and it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Bang, bang! Yellow! Bang, bang! Alert 3, alert 3!
On first down, McCoy. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, 57, 57. Out. 3 down, 3. Back.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LeSean McCoy. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a LeSean McCoy touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. In your face. Check. Let it go.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
You know I'm old school, so I always want a hammer in my backfield. But in short yardage situations, 3rd down pickups, I got to have him. And he picked it up for him right there.
This is Hill on the draw play. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 at the 16-yard line.
From the 16, Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They come out here in the I. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
And now here comes Kansas City. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. After the sack on first down, Mahomes got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Hardman, the 2nd-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.3 340, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position.
Switch. Hey, red line. Switch it. 6 guys. Check 6. Attack. Tighten up.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Yellow.
From the 44, Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And again, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. from the shotgun. It's a give to McCoy. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 25.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mahomes now on first down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check, check.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Mike. Yellow. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On second and goal, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off the squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Brown, the lone receiver, left. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Xavier Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
To throw is Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin with what's actually a Super Bowl rematch from 4 decades ago. Super Bowl 11, John Madden's lone Super Bowl title. It's Oakland taking on Minnesota. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. From there, let's head over to New Era Field to see what's happening with the Bills. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Andy Dalton with 2 touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Geronimo Allison, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentator, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
This one taken just inside the 10. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. But they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Check 24, check 24. Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Complete to Gilly Sneed. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. 15. Check. Attack. Check 52.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On second down, Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Mahomes on the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Attack! Check back 40. Check back 40. Scene 6. Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. Ricky.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Check. Lucky. Hey, 43. Rush in. Right side.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now it's Mahomes again. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. But now it's 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, 15. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Check, 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 check.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now McCoy. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This is McCoy. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down, and it is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now Jackson on first down. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Jackson's got his tight end Hurst. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Ingram again. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Williams. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility.
Say, yellow. Kill.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Watch twist.
From the 17. Mahomes under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Pernell McPhee able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
41's coming. 41's in my
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes, and it's complete to Kelsey. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Hey, 43, 15. Give me some. Right side. You're coming. Double up.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over Until it's over, because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Jackson now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now to Boyle here over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Emmanuel Ogbah, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Yellow. Two times. 3 down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.